Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Frog Finest, and we're finally here. We're at the season 5 finale, episode 25 and 26. The Cutie remark. This will all be in one big video, though. If you're at this point, you probably figured that out. Anyways, without further ado, let's get this thing started.
If some pony had told me when I was a blank flank that one day I'd give a speech to a class at Celestia School of Magic, I wouldn't
Wait, you're
have
giving a
believed
lecture?
It,
Good God, how
but
disorganized
I hope
are
that I've been
you?
up to the task, because I can tell that all of you are,
why are
and
you
that the
shuffling
future
that
of
many
equestrian
cards?
magic is in good hooves.
Can't you just make an outline if you're giving a speech?
Wow, that was even better than the first 11 times.
I'm so sorry,
I
Spike.
don't know, Spike. I'd like to be able to get through the whole speech without looking at the cards.
Come on, Twilight. You can't be nervous about giving a speech to a bunch of magic students.
Oh, I'm not nervous, Spike, but I do have to set a good example, especially for magic students. That's why this speech has to be...
Perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
Let's go through it
just
one more
create an
time.
outline then. Most professors kind of
Princess
just wing it,
Celestia
you know?
asked me to speak to you today, I
You're
was
fine.
honored to have the opportunity to talk about my favorite subject,
I'm so
magic.
sorry, Spike. Hey, Lyra, what's
Obviously,
good?
the long-term effects of the simultaneous acquisition of cutie marks has yet to be
Yo,
determined.
check out that
but-
dude in the bottom right. I think it was near
Next
Twilight's old
slide,
friend.
please.
Forgot what her name was, but I recognized her. Yeah, there she is.
I can speak from my own experience that the power of cutie mark magic is very real.
That's a classic
And in
joke.
the instance of my friends and I, it can be traced to a single event. Without Rainbow Dash's race to defend Fluttershy's honor, this rain boom wouldn't have happened. Fluttershy might never have discovered
Is this little
her love of
anecdote that you have
animals.
here
Applejack
necessary,
might never have realized
or
that she
at least
belonged on her
professional?
farm, and Pinkie Pie might never have decided to leave hers. It might be hard to imagine Rarity without her sense of
I don't know, like,
fabulousness,
professors
but it's even
do this.
harder
They
to fathom
put
what
in a
my
bunch
life
of
would be
stories
like.
about themselves
Without this
in their
rain
lectures,
boom, I might not have
sometimes.
gotten into magic school. Celestia
It just
wouldn't
doesn't
have taken
seem
me
the
on
most
as her
professional
pupil, or
thing
sent
if
me to
you're
Ponyville to meet
giving
my
a
friends.
one-time
And the most
speech.
powerful thing about Cutie Mark
Oh,
magic
hey,
that I found is
Starlight,
the
I
connection
think.
share with
Was
them.
that her name? She was being all sneaky. Caught her instantly.
But, the real question
I'm assuming
about
she's
Cutie
gonna be
Mark
the villain for
magic
this whole
is
thing.
who it seems to affect.
And again, she's been making little appearances throughout this entire season.
Starlight Glimmer?
I was sure I saw her, Spike, but when I looked again, she was gone. I'm just worried what she could be up to.
Nothing good, I bet. I heard she wasn't very happy the last time you saw her.
Forcing every
That's
pony
kinda
in her
putting
village
it
to have the same
mildly.
Cutie mark wasn't right.
She did kind
We had to do
of
something.
ruin her utopia,
Now she's coming back for
quote
revenge.
unquote.
Or she was just really interested in your speech.
Honestly, Spike,
Well, that's putting it
I'm not
optimistically.
really sure what I saw. But as long as I have my friends, I know everything will be all right.
Well, then you better hope you have your friends.
Maybe I was just more stressed about that speech than I thought.
Yeah, that sounds better than Starlight Glimmer coming back with an evil plot for revenge.
Yeah, that would be crazy,
Well,
wouldn't
when
it?
you say it like that, it does sound kind of silly.
Or it's totally true.
Oh, look at
Welcome
you,
home,
making yourself at home. How long were you waiting there, just with your feet propped up on the table? Trying to look all cool for when Twilight showed up. You must have a crush
What are
on
you
her.
doing, Starlight?
I tell you, but I don't want to ruin the surprise.
Oh, that's a first for villains.
Won't be needing
Not
that
giving away their
anymore.
evil scheme immediately. Okay. Why is this thing manifested as a cauldron? I don't know, that's a little weird. Then again, it looks cool, so who am I to complain? Whoop.
We're Where'd she go?
I don't know, Spike, but I think we better find out.
I guess we could start with this.
Spike, no! Don't touch that!
Oh, too late. Well, you don't have your friends with you. What the fuck are you doing here? Okay, was that gag necessary? I suppose so, but who cares, really? Twilight doesn't have her friends with her, but she has Spike. And that's the second best thing.
Cloudsdale? Starlight doesn't even have wings. Why would she come here?
I don't know, Spike.
Oh, she was
but it
floating
looked like she
earlier.
could fly with just magic. Keep your eyes open. We don't know what she has planned.
Okay, so Starlight here is pretty
that
proficient in magic,
Rainbow Dash?
clearly.
Did Rainbow
Kinda
Dash
weird
look
considering
really young to you? And I didn't
Twilight's
see a cutie
studious
mark.
nature.
You don't
Suppose Starlight is
We
studious as
traveled
well.
back in time to when Rainbow Dash raced the bullies who made fun of Fluttershy and performed her first sonic rainboom?
Oh, I see where
think
this is
only
going.
Star Swirl the Bearded could do something like that. And
Well,
even
it's gonna
his
lose
spell
her
just
cutie
went
mark
back
and
a week.
everything.
How could
Because
Starlight
Starlight's
do more
gonna
than the
interfere
greatest
with
wizard
this.
in Equestria?
That's kind of cool.
With this.
Star Swirl's spell. Oh no!
Come on, let's go!
Go where?
To watch the race. I don't want to miss the rainbow.
Can you even... Well, no, you can't. Oh wait, does that imply that they're like standing on pavement that was somehow... That was just somehow put on the cloud? Were any of the ponies even fazed by the fact that an alicorn was looking upon them?
Whoa!
Later, Rainbow Crash!
Later, Kevin. Ooh, yeah.
Aw, sorry
That's
about
mischief
this.
if I've ever seen it.
Hey! What
Nice aim
gives?
for something that's going at, like, Mach 5 speeds. Okay, so is this thing implying that, like, magic's goal-oriented? Or perhaps that they would only get their cutie marks under those perfect circumstances? That's kind of weird. And again, magic's all about destiny and all that bull crap, so... There was a metaphor for erectile dysfunction hidden in there somewhere.
What did you do? You
I think that
are
part's
about
obvious.
to find out. I don't
Everything's
know what
kind of...
Starlight's up to yet.
What's with this
But we
red
better
tint?
figure it out before it's too late.
Twilight, I think it already is.
Okay, so you don't have your house with you? How horrifying.
Twilight, where's your castle?
I'm assuming there's a reason that the
map told us
table's
back.
red.
But whatever Starlight did in the past changed things here.
But why?
Yep, that's the
How did we
butterfly
get
effect.
Here? And where's here?
More like when.
What do you mean?
Starlight altered Star Swirl's spell, then somehow used it on the map to travel into the past and change something.
Holy
Once
hell,
did,
she
the
is
map pulled us
proficient.
back to the present.
So we're back where... I
Holy
mean,
hell, is kind
when
of
we
a-
started?
Not exactly.
Kind of an oxymoron.
Everything's different. Look. The map doesn't even make sense anymore. The Crystal Empire takes up half of Equestria.
Plus, there's a whole missing castle thing.
Right. This is too big to handle on our own.
You think?
We need to find our friends and get help.
That's the spirit, I suppose. I'm sure they remember you. I mean, then again, would they really not meet if it wasn't for those circumstances? I suppose it's... I mean, it's possible,
Get a
but
bad feeling about this, Twilight.
also not
I know,
impossible.
Spike, But this is Ponyville. How bad can things be?
Is that Sugar Cube Corner?
I don't understand.
I don't know. I don't see what's hard to understand about this whole thing.
Rarity?
Good God. Looks like they set up for like a zombie apocalypse.
I don't think she's here,
Boarding the
Spike.
windows and everything.
I'm not sure anything we know
Or
is
perhaps
the same.
setting up some covert operation. I'm
But I
likely
know
going to go
one
with the
place that
former,
could
though.
never
I can
change.
imagine we're going to get zombies here. Zombie ponies. I hope I'm wrong. Okay, so they industrialized. I'm assuming the Flim Flam brothers had something to do with that. Or perhaps Granny Smith just sold out. Kind of a weird thing to do at her age. Wow, this is a really miserable scene.
Applejack?
What can I do for you?
It's so good to see
Wow,
you.
don't mind the
I
hug
couldn't
or
find
anything
Pinkie
like
or
that.
Rarity or Fluttershy or Rainbow Dash.
Pretty tame
but
response.
I just knew you'd still be here.
Oh no, I'm
Of
assuming
course I am.
Applejack
This
knows
is my home.
nothing about
But
Twilight.
who in tarnation is Pinky Bow and Flutterdash? Or you, for that matter.
You don't know
Well,
who
she's
I am?
clearly an alicorn, so...
Honestly, the only name I recognize is Rarity, but she left for Manhattan years ago.
Probably to become a world-famous fashion designer, I bet.
This doesn't
Not
look
that I
like the
know of.
world that
Last I heard,
appreciates
she went to help with the cause like every pony
the
else.
arts.
The cause?
The war against King Sombra and the Crystal Empire.
Oh, hell yeah!
Where have you two been?
Actually,
That's awesome.
when?
It's about
I
time
know
we've
this
gotten
is
a
hard to
war.
believe, but you
setting,
and I and
almost.
those other ponies I mentioned are friends.
Did
Oh,
you
no,
bump
that's
your
just-
head on a crate of cider or something?
That's
I'm telling
probably...
you the
I
truth.
thought that was
And if
asking
you
for
come
too
with me,
much
I'll
whenever
prove it.
I thought of that earlier during this series. Okay, you're just gonna
Well, I'll
grab
admit,
her without
I've
her
lived in these
consent.
here parts my whole life, and I've never seen this before.
There's also supposed to be a castle that goes with it.
But I still
Yeah,
don't
but
see
the
what this
castle's
has to
just
do
an
with you and I
attachment,
being
of course.
Another pony named
extension
Starlight
from the
Glimmer
table.
used this map to travel through time and change things in the past. For some reason, the map's here, but everything else is different.
Different how?
Well, for one thing, where we came from, there's no war with King Sombra.
Well, that's...
Maybe you could tell us how the war started. Then we can
How did
figure out
Sombra
when
even get
everything
into
changed.
power? There
That's easy enough.
are like 3 or 4 other
When the
villains.
Crystal Empire returned,
to consider.
it brought King Sombra back
Like
with
Discord, Chrysalis, Nightmare Moon, probably somebody else.
And it didn't take long for him to force every one of his subjects to fight for him against Equestria.
Dear God. This is getting really fanfiction-y. It does kind of look like something out of a bad fanfiction. Or a good one, depending on who you are. If this is more up your alley. Never mind, this is a bad one. That just looks stupid. I guess none of them bothered to get weapons. You're kind of putting yourself out there, Sombra. That arrogance will get you killed. Oh, check out that scar. Somebody's seen war. And she has like part of her ear bitten off. That's kind of weird. Hi, Mod.
And even with Princess Celestia leading the charge, it still takes every last pony in Equestria
Am I still
Doing their
watching My
part.
Little Pony?
working day and night to keep up the fight.
It's kind of dark. Viva la Revolucion. I probably pronounced
I
that
just
wrong.
can't believe it.
I'm
we
sorry.
stopped King Sombra. You and me and all of our friends.
But we aren't friends. At least not here.
Right.
Oh, you're handling this news really well, Applejack.
Look, I hope all this helped, but I really
Those are
need
the
to get
eyes of
back to
somebody
tending
that's
those
seen a lot of
apples.
shit.
Thank you. We're going to set things right.
I hope
My
you do.
question is, why is Big Mac working in a factory?
So, how
Wow.
are we gonna set things right?
Everybody else is apparently fighting the war. I don't know, he just
One thing we
seems
know
like
for
a
sure
front
is
line,
that Starlight
somebody who should be
stopped the
fighting on the front
rainbow.
lines.
And the map's still here.
Spike, that's it! The map is connected to the Tree of Harmony. It must sense that something isn't right. That's why it's still here.
Don't personify
I'll
the
just use Starlight's
table.
version of the spell and go back a little earlier and stop her before she even knows we're there.
Seems like a pretty big hole in Starlight's plan. I mean, theoretically, since
All we have to do
Twilight
now is
has the
find
scroll,
Starlight and...
or, you know,
Well,
she could lose the
finding
scroll
her will
here.
be easy, but stopping her is gonna be harder than you think.
Were you still
Sorry
waiting
to
here while she
disappoint
was in
you, but I
another
created that
reality?
spell to send myself back in time.
Oh.
So even when you cast it, I still get sent back here. It
Well,
wasn't difficult to change Star Swirl's spell. He'd
that's-
already done the hard part.
That's
But
pretty
figuring
stupid.
out I could use the map to go to any time or place and pull you along with me.
I mean, I get that you're
I
trying to
even
cover
impressed
your bases
myself
here,
with
but
that. I
you
knew
technically...
you'd try to stop me. You're so predictable.
You gave her
Why
the
else
means
would
to
I leave
come
the scroll
back more
behind?
times
Touching it triggered the
than
map to
one,
whisk you
multiple
here
times.
and watch me erase
And theoretically,
the
all
one
she needs to
thing that
do
linked
is
you
win
with
one
your
of those
friend.
times in order to stop
My
you.
village was a sanctuary of equality where no pony's cutie mark allowed them to feel superior. It was a special place, and you and your friends took it away.
I mean, you're kind of screaming foolishness right now. You
It's
kind of
my
put
turn to
the
take something special
world
from
at
you.
risk
Without the rain boom,
for some petty
you and
revenge.
Your friends will never form your special cutie mark bond. Cutie marks for cutie marks. Sounds like a fair trade to me.
More like cutie marks for the entire land of Equestria. But then again, you're kind of a sociopath, so you don't really care about those other ponies. You just care about petty revenge.
Oops.
Thanks.
Wow, you just
No problem, Spike. At
you
least
just did
now
like
we
a
know
Goldberg
exactly what we
spear
have
to
do.
him. I think Twilight needs to
Okay,
worry about
keep your
having the
eyes peeled.
scroll.
Great.
We have to stop Starlight as soon as Rainbow Dash and those bullies race
But
by.
then again, she kind of, I think the other time she just kind of
Twilight,
pulled it out of
so
Hammer
be ready.
space.
I know, but
Because she can pop up anywhere.
like over there?
Just remember how you'd feel if someone said those things to you.
Oh, I see what
What's
she's
going on
doing.
here?
Oh, I was just reminding
She's not pulling the
these
same
two
trick
colts
twice.
how hurtful
That's pretty
teasing
smart,
can be.
not gonna lie.
Well, don't.
What?
Been kind of calling her an
I
idiot
mean,
this whole time,
were?
but that's
Of
clever.
course. In a world where every pony is unique, some are bound to feel more special than others. But that isn't a license to be cruel, is it?
Okay, so this is pretty much confirmed that
course
you
not.
are a sociopath,
Isn't it a
considering
shame we don't live in a world
you
where
understand
every
your
pony
Aku-
is equal? No
well-
one would ever tease anyone there.
never
Wouldn't that
mind,
be
you're
nice?
kind of disproving what I was about to say, so
No, it
keep that to
wouldn't.
myself.
I mean, it'd be nice not to be teased, of course, but that's not the same thing.
Come on, Fluttershy.
Some tells me
Maybe I
that
can
Twilight's
help you
not
get
willing to
those
fight
this
an
time.
ideological battle here.
I sure could.
Or she
use
wasn't
the
prepared for
practice.
it.
I know you only convinced those bullies to not tease Fluttershy to stop the rain boom.
Oh, that's not true. I convinced them not to be bullies because every pony should be equal.
You can kind of
Stopping
cut
the
the shit
rainbow
when you're
is just a
around her, you know?
bonus.
You have no real reason to even pretend.
This isn't over yet.
If you say so.
Hey, you're awfully cocky.
Hey! Hi. You think you
And
can
she's
stop for a
handling this
minute?
whole alicorn thing well. I don't know, I don't think that's been addressed
I
yet.
hear you're pretty fast. Pretty fast? Please. I'm even faster than that. Okay, so, hey, you want to race? That wouldn't really be fair. I mean, you're a full-grown pony. And, wait, are you
Call her
an
chicken.
alicorn? Come on, I thought you were fast.
I think we...
Actually,
Yeah, now that you mention it, Spike being dragged around like this, that seems like a bit of a
You don't
hazard.
have to race me. I just need you to fly fast enough for a sonic rainbow. What? I can't do that. No pony can. It's
That's
not
quitter
even a real
talk.
thing. It's just an old mare's tale. But it's not. I know it's not. I've seen you do it in the future.
Oh, can you not be a creep?
Okay. I'm gonna go now.
It's okay though, you have like an infinite amount of tries at this. Implying you can still teleport back to this time whenever you
Couldn't
want.
convince her to do the impossible? That's too bad.
I don't know, you're... Like, this is a really big hole in your plan, Starlight. I hate to break it to you. You seem like you know what you're doing, but then again...
This is gonna be
All
harder
it
than I
takes is
thought.
for
We'll have
Twilight
to
to be a
try
little bit
again.
more tenacious.
Hey, Twilight,
I don't want to live in that awful future we saw.
I don't think you'll have to.
Pinky? Fluttershy? Silence!
I don't know why we have jungle warriors. Oh,
All
changelings.
servants of Queen Chrysalis found in these woods must be destroyed.
So in this reality, Chrysalis won. Okay. That's kind of cool.
Wait! We're not
Digging the whole
changelings.
insurgents
I'm a pony,
feel.
And he's a dragon! A likely story. Do something dragonish.
That's pretty dragonish.
The servants of
Dragonish.
Chrysalis would do anything to save their evil skins. Stop!
Including burp fire.
If they are changelings, we'll soon see. Though I think they're not what they appear to be.
Zecora! Please, you have to listen.
Beneath this salve, no changeling hides, for it reveals the truth inside.
Ah, that's... Okay. Was it necessary to use it like that, in that specific way?
What does it mean?
Then again, that explains why
Meaning
all of
is
them
far
have it.
worse I see, for it is we who should not be.
I think I can explain.
I'm sure you can, but let's not talk here. Chrysalis and her army will soon draw near. The changelings took over not long ago, though I'll wager in your world that isn't so.
Chrysalis and her army tried to take over Canterlot, but my friends and I stopped her.
Those friends as you know them are not here, alas. But tell me how all this came to pass.
Starlight Glimmer, a pony who traveled back in time to stop my friends and me from ever coming together.
I feel like I'm going
And
through
it's
periods
these
where I'm
friends you
either
have in
talking
life
too
that
much or
keep
not
Equestria
talking
free
enough.
from strife?
I guess so.
Just kind of
but
observing
this
this whole
is the
thing
second
at
time
this
I've come back
point. I'm
and
very
this world is even
interested.
worse than the last one. If Starlight keeps doing the same thing in the past, how could the present be so different?
Ah,
That's a good point.
time is a river where even the tiniest changes seen can lead to
Of course, the butterfly
cascade of
effect.
effects downstream.
This seems a little bit bizarre how this came to be, but then
This
again,
part of the
nobody has
forest
that
is
degree
dark
of
and damp,
foresight.
but it's done well to hide our camp.
This looks like a Smurfs village.
This is cozy.
Please, you have to help us! The changelings attacked Ponyville! We barely escaped with our lives!
Kill them where they stand!
The only changeling attack I see is the one that come here looking for me.
It's taken quite a while to find you, Zecora.
Assuming this is going to be Chrysalis. Suppose it's nice to see you again, Bug Butt.
Lovely village you've chosen to stage your little resistance. It looks absolutely
Kind of put... Okay, you and Sombra. You're putting your neck out here.
Oh, come
What if you
now,
just get
Zecora.
killed?
You're vastly outnumbered.
Oh, well, she was a little bit more prepared than Sombra.
I know you don't want your charges hurt. Come quietly to the dungeons of Canterlot, and I promise to leave the others alone.
Why
Not the
would she
sex
ever trust
dungeons.
You? Even
Actually,
if there's a chance Chrysalis will honor her word, shouldn't
like
we try?
that's actually
Yes,
pretty
while we
realistic
hold off the
considering
attack.
that they
Stop Starlight
absorb
and put the
love
whole world back on track.
or they feed on it. Then again, I don't know if
Time to make a
lust
decision.
is the same thing.
Even if what you are saying were true, we'd never surrender to a creature like you! Ah!
I'm noticing that Fluttershy is a little bit aggressive. That's new. Good God. This is brutal. They seem determined to take out Twilight first and foremost. Okay, so I'm hoping my point's a little bit clear at this point. They can keep up this entire game, and Twilight only needs to win once in order to beat Starlight. Hey, booty. So yes, this is kind of a clear problem. This whole battle sequence here is gonna distract.
Really gotta work on your aim.
It's gonna distract the ponies.
Whoa! What are you doing? You have to finish your race. No way! This is way more exciting. See?
I think she
You
has a
can't
point.
stop me no matter what you do.
Aw, man.
Interesting to see how this changes the future. I can imagine, judging from the 10 to this is Nightmare Moon.
Strange.
Well, you obviously don't mean us falling because that's become
Interested to
pretty
see what
routine.
Discord does
No,
with the
it's just the other
world
times we've
under
come back,
his
it's been dead.
talon.
But look.
Why would the map bring us back to a different time of day than when we left?
Maybe we should figure it out later.
Timberwolves is a bit random, but then again they are in the middle of what appears to be the Everfree. I wonder how howling works for Timberwolves. Like, do they have like vocal cords? Can they do that?
Castle of the Two Sisters!
I mean, clearly they can, but you get the
Don't
picture.
just stand here.
Yeah, this is clearly the castle of the one sister.
This place looks a lot
I
cleaner
wonder where
than
Celestia is.
Rarity? The castle isn't
Oh,
open
that's-
for viewings today. The
that's a
capital
good look
is
on
only
her.
Changing. Again.
Rarity, it's me.
I don't socialize with dragons. I don't know any pony who would.
Ouch.
You have to listen to me.
Just
The future
crushed
of
his
Equestria
dreams.
is at stake. I don't know how you know my name, but I am far too busy to entertain some tourists' ridiculous fantasies. I have to get back to the map so I can stop
It
Starlight
does kind of
from
beg
changing
the
fast,
question if
because
why
every present I come to
such
is
a
worse
big
than the
facility
last.
like this has little to no hustle or bustle. I like
Now,
that
that's
face.
Something I would like to see.
You wanna have another battle sequence? This whole episode's full of them. This is... Man, this whole episode's
Tell
just
me
straight
how
out of
you
a
came
fan
by this
fiction.
Magic to travel through time.
The princess asked you a question. And unless you want to end up in the dungeon, you'll tell her what she wants to know.
Nice mohawk.
No pony in my kingdom but me should possess a magic powerful enough to change time.
Your kingdom?
Who else?
Celestia, of course.
Oh, you've done it now. Oh, I thought you would get pissed or something.
My sister has been imprisoned in the moon for years.
Thank
But
God
it is
she
no
wasn't
less
imprisoned
fate
on the
that she sentenced
sun.
Me to. Now,
That'd be a bit of a problem.
reveal to me the source of this time magic.
I'm afraid not.
All right.
Twilight, no!
We have no choice, Spike. I can take you to it, but you'll have to get past the Timberwolves.
I
You know-
am the ruler
Oh,
of
I see
all
what
of
she's doing.
Equestria.
This is
You
clever.
think I can't deal with Timberwolves?
No. I know you can.
And if you are thinking of trying to escape,
It would be
Just
very
Spike?
unfortunate for your friend.
Okay. Perhaps we could just sacrifice Spike for the greater good.
How does it work?
A pony from my time used a spell to travel back and change the past.
And now you will give this spell to me.
Of course not.
I will ensure that the elements of harmony are never found, and my reign lasts forever!
But it won't.
What?
In my world, my friends and I found the elements and used them to defeat you. And I will do everything in my power to
Is
bring
found
that
really
world
the right
back.
word? I thought they were given to you. Then again, I haven't seen that episode in well over a year, so... Hey,
Now
see?
more than ever, I know how important it is to stop you. Well, good luck.
Are you sure, like, Starlight, her special ability isn't just magic? Because I don't know, she's putting up a fight against... Oh, hi, Tyrek. Putting up a really good fight against Twilight. Oh, that was awesome. That condescending clap. That's something. Guess that wasn't what I was expecting of Discord. Hurry, writers, you're running out of villains. Okay. That's a bit random.
Up for another race-ending fight, Twilight?
You're such
No,
a...
You were right.
You're such
I
a
can't
fool.
stop you. But you can't stop me from trying, and we could be stuck doing this for all eternity.
What it
That's
takes
the
to keep
spirit.
you and your friends from getting your Cutie Mark connection, then I'm game.
Oh, you're so
What you're doing
idiotic.
goes way beyond cutie marks. Everything we do here in the
I mean,
past,
even
the
if she's a
smallest change,
sociopath
can
and she
snowball
doesn't
into an
care
avalanche of trouble for the
about what the
future.
future lies,
Oh,
or the
next I suppose
implications.
you'll tell me that the fate of all of Equestria hangs in the balance.
Okay, now you're
does.
being...
Spare me your overblown ego. No group of friends, not even Princess Twilight's, is that important.
Question, where the hell are you going after all these things? Because it's clear Twilight's
I don't
getting
know how important
teleported.
other
Are you
ponies'
just
friendships
staying
are to
here?
the future, but I can show you
What
the
reality
world
are
is
you
like
going
without
to?
mine.
Hey! Finally, a good idea.
Where are we?
The future, or rather, the present.
But there's
Everybody's
nothing here.
dead.
I wish I could say I was surprised, but every world I come back to is worse than the last. I don't know why
I mean,
my friends and I are
I
so
think
important
Discord's
to
a little bit
Equestria,
tame in
but we
comparison to Somber
believe you.
Chrysalis.
Come on, Starlight, look around.
are. Like I said, everything in the past affects the future, even the tiniest act. And what you're doing leads here. I know I can't stop you, but I thought showing you this might change your mind.
Change my mind.
Now she's even more determined.
Anything about me. I was perfectly happy before you and your friends ruined what I built.
I don't know what
Okay,
happened that led
that's
you to
still-
make your village without cutie marks.
That's
And I'm
horribly
sorry my friends and I had to take it
self-centered. I
away.
mean, you're a villain,
You
so...
want to know what happened to me? I'll show you.
If she was a sociopath or a psychopath, this would make total logical sense. Otherwise, she's just being a
Where
child.
are we?
That map of yours is connected to every part of Equestria, and this part is my home.
Hey, look
Sunburst
at that
welded
OC.
everything together. In fact, I
That
don't remember us ever
horrible
being
unicorn
apart
OC.
until today.
Jenga. It's a pretty stupid way to get your key mark, I suppose. Oh no, that's what it looks like. Can't say I've heard that noise.
And just like that,
Well, just out of My
my
Little
friend
Pony.
was gone. His family recognized his magical talent and sent him off to Canterlot. I never saw him again.
Well, why not?
Because of his cutie mark! He got his, and I didn't. He moved on, and I didn't!
Are
I
you
stayed
just,
here
like,
and never
void
made
of
another
rational
friend
thought?
Because I was too afraid another cutie mark would take them away too!
Or you're just
That's
emotional?
ridiculous. A cutie mark can't take your
Perhaps
friends
you
away.
should see a shrink.
Not every pony's lucky enough to get her cutie mark at the same time as her friend! You don't know what it's like to lose a friend because of a cutie mark. But once I stop the rain boom, you will! When I
Okay.
destroy this scroll, there'll be no way for you to change it!
Finally, you're thinking. Are you just gonna stand there and let her do that?
Starlight, you're right. I don't know what you went through.
Or, you know,
but
Starlight's
I do know
gonna
you can't do this. I've seen where
not
this leads,
destroy it
and
immediately.
So have you.
I only saw what you showed me. Who knows what'll really happen?
I've seen it a dozen times. Things don't turn out well in Equestria without my friends.
Ugh, what's so special about your friends? How can a group of ponies that
You're
are so
such an
different
idiot.
be so important?
The differences
Oh,
between me and my
God.
friends are the very things that make our friendship strong.
I thought Sunburst and I were the same, but we turned out different, and it tore our friendship apart!
So try again.
Well-
Make new friends. And if something that you can't control
I
happens,
mean, yeah,
that
she was
changes
basing
things,
it off of her
work
own
through it
little
together.
anecdote.
That's what friendship is. And it's not just my friendships that are important to Equestria. Every pony's are. When yours ended, it led us here. But just imagine all the others that are out there waiting for you if you just give them a chance.
How do I know they won't all end the same way?
I guess it's up to you
Okay,
to
so
make
you're
sure
doing
they
this out of
don't.
cowardice too? Too afraid to take that risk again? So you decide to end the world? Well, I'm sounding really critical here, but trust me, I'm really enjoying this. I find this whole thing to be very intriguing. I'm not actively trying to find inconsistencies in this. I'm just very invested.
One castle of friendship? Check.
What in Equestria was that? Is every pony okay? Can you do it again?
One group of amazing friends?
I don't think we want to.
Yeah, Spike. It looks like we're home.
What's she doing here?
Actually, it's kind of a long story.
Don't give her bedroom eyes.
I mean, I knew my rain boom was awesome, but I never thought all of Equestria depended on it. Or on us. I think it's more than
Well,
that. Friendship connects all of
Are you
Equestria,
sure?
And undoing one group of friends made its magic less powerful.
Considering everything
Can't
that
believe
they've
y'all
done
were
up to
able
this
travel through
point,
time like that.
I don't think that's a crazy
That
notion.
Starlight must be pretty magical. She obviously has more talent for magic than almost any pony I've seen. My magic couldn't stop her. I had to convince her to stop on her own. Once I realized that, everything fell into place.
Smart
But
move.
if she's as powerful as all that, we can't just send her on her way, can we?
Actually, I kind of have something else in mind.
She's not going to become one of the good guys now, is she?
I know there's no excuse.
She's going to
for
be
what
like
I
the
did,
Reformed
but I
Discord.
want you all to know that I'm ready for whatever
Air
punishment
quotes
you
on
think is fair.
Reformed.
I've been thinking a lot about how badly Equestria fared without just one group of friends. Because even when one friendship dies, the results can be disastrous.
I know.
That's just a
first
butterfly
how true that
effect,
can
but
be.
you know, we got to
And
tie in
that's
the
why I've
message
asked
of
you
friendship.
If you're willing to learn, I'm willing to teach you what I know. You'll have the power to make Equestria an even better place.
How do I start?
Starting is easy. All you have to do is make a friend. And you've got 7 of them right here.
Wow, you guys are awfully accepting of her immediately. Then again, it takes kindness to receive
I never
kindness.
thought that I would find a place to step right in and start again. I never thought that I could just begin right where I left
Now I'm looking at it, this is one song we've had in the season. Well, in this season finale. Usually it's littered with them. At least from my memory. I don't know, this whole transition's a little bit weird. Or jarring's probably the better word. Man, these ponies, they're just so accepting immediately. They don't sense any mischief at all. Wow, look at those pearly whites, Big Mac. Man, all these eyes on me are uncomfortable. I don't know what Snowflake's looking at. Well, oh my fucking god. That episode was absolutely insane. Oh my goodness, what did I just watch? So, what did I think of this episode? Honestly, that was probably the best season finale and two-part episode that we've had. This was a really bold leap for the series as it tackled a lot of themes that honestly would have never really been expected from a show with the words My Little Pony in the title. I mean, war, paranoia, vengeance, the end of the world. I did not feel like I was watching this show. I felt like I was watching a crazy, action-packed animated fanfiction, but not like fanfiction in the bad sense. Sure, some parts were a bit silly, and it got really melodramatic, like a bad fanfiction at points. But it just felt awesome. Like, there was a legitimate thrill to watching the episode, which is something I don't feel like I've ever felt from this show in a while. There were some problems, as if my critical nature during the commentary didn't give that away. However, I think I'll only tackle the one that seems essential, and that's the ending. Now, I didn't necessarily hate the ending, but I greatly worry about having yet another quote-unquote reformed character, because in ways those tend to detract from the screen time of more important characters of which they would normally receive. I'm not entirely sure how much life Friendship is Magic has left in it. I know Season 6 is just around the corner, however beyond that it's a bit of a mystery, and I feel if we're going to close off the series and the writers really need to push towards completing the development of certain characters, notably Fluttershy, since she has only somewhat changed since day one. I don't know the purpose of Starlight, or what she will do in the next season, aside from probably, sell toys, because that's what Hasbro does. However, I worry that she'll just be another Discord who'll probably just pop her head around the corner every now and then and probably have one episode to herself per season. Regarding her actual transition, it was totally ham-fisted, but that's just Hasbro trying to sell more toys, so I won't hold it against the show or the writers. I'll just roll with it and see where it goes. We got some pretty inventive people on the staff. I say we, but that's just me being stupid. Starlight played a really admirable role as a villain in this episode, giving Twilight a surprisingly serious run for her money. However, I just felt like her motivations were foolish, or perhaps childish is probably the better term, because her short-sightedness could probably be attributable to her being so emotionally driven rather than, self-critical. But all in all, this episode was just absolutely spectacular. Its positives outweigh its negatives by a mile, and then so on. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.